everyone, welcome back to one more session. In this session I'll be discussing about pregnancy, and after that I'll be discussing about embryonic development. Okay, so in the previous session we have discussed about implantation. You know that actually, the once the fertilization takes place, obviously the zygote undergoes mitosis. We call it as cleavage. What kind of cleavage? Holoblastic cleavage. And as a result, the number of blastomeres increases, making a ball shaped structure containing lot of blastomeres. The 8 to 16 celled blastomeres are called as the morula, and after that it changes into the blastula, then the blastocyst, where it contains two layers. Outermost layer is called as the tropoblast, and the inner layer is containing many number of cells called as inner mast cell. The same inner mast cell will develop into the fetus in future. Okay, so what will happen to the outermost layer? Actually, the outermost layer is called as the tropoblast. Okay, this tropoblast actually, when tropoblast and the inner mast cell, that is the blastocyst, when it comes into contact with the uterine layer, that is actually the endometrium, entire endometrium tissue actually starts to divide and makes a big huge tissue, and actually it engulfs everything actually. So that means actually the entire blastocyst gets embedded within the uterus, and that state is called as the pregnancy. Once the implantation takes place, obviously we call it as the pregnancy. Okay, what is the test for pregnancy? Simple actually, that the pregnancy kit, in that actually the female urine has to be like put, and obviously like if it develops two bands, okay, then actually it confirms pregnancy. So why exactly that band develops? Actually, the thing is very simple. I have written a hormone here, the HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin. So once the pregnancy takes place, only then actually the HCG production starts. Okay, so otherwise the body will not produce HCG. So this is one confirmative test actually for pregnancy. Remember it, HCG. If HCG is present within the urine of the female, then the female is pregnant. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so now what is important for the developing baby? I said like the inner mast cell now differentiate into form a fetus actually, but the developing baby needs a protection. So that means actually you can see this that everything within this diagram. So this is the diagram of female reproductive tract actually. So this is actually the uterus and this is the endometrium. Okay, so fine. Actually here you could see this is the developing fetus. Okay, and the same developing fetus also form one more layer actually around it. That one more layer is actually called as the amnion. That is called as the amnion. This entire amnion layer actually is surrounding the developing fetus. At the same time, within this amnion layer actually you could see a liquid which is called as amniotic fluid. The amniotic fluid is also very important actually for the determination of the sex of the baby, and even also it is helpful to determine any genetic disorders are there in the developing baby. We'll talk about in reproductive health actually. Okay, fine. So one more thing you can see here, actually I have used purple color. That means actually there is a physical connection between this fetus and the uterus. Okay, so let us imagine. So this is actually the the tropoblast. This is the tropoblast and this is the inner mast cell. Okay, so now actually the tropoblast, okay, for example if I draw, this is the tropoblast, the outermost layer. Okay, after the implantation, the tropoblast actually now starts, each cell of tropoblast now starts producing a finger-like projection like this within the uterus. Okay, so you could see here I have used yellow color, that is the finger-like projection, that is actually called as chorionic villi. So this is actually called as the chorionic villi. The chorionic villi is nothing but a finger-like projection formed by the cells of the tropoblast within the uterus. Okay, now once the chorionic villi, see chorionic villi is nothing but a needle-shaped structure which now gets embedded within the uterus. So what is there in the uterus actually? Uterine tissue will be there. Along with that, the maternal blood vessels will be there. The blood vessels of the mother will be there. Okay, so finally it makes a structure which is called as the placenta. So from here, this to this is actually called as the placenta. Okay, so placenta is now formed by the chorionic villi of the tropoblast, and actually the uterine tissue and the maternal blood vessel, that is actually called as the placenta. I have written the definition of it. It is nothing but structural and functional unit between developing embryo and the maternal body. Actually, just remember this, you may get a question, what is placenta, or define placenta, write its function actually. Okay, this placenta, that is actually a physical connection, it is the structural and functional connection between the developing embryo and the maternal body actually. So you could see that, that particularly the placenta is connected to embryo through umbilical cord. You could see here, this is a cord actually. So it is the physical connection between that maternal body and the embryo, that is actually the umbilical cord actually, that is a structure which is formed by the placenta itself. Okay, so what is exactly the function of placenta? Why the placental formation is required? Very simple, obviously the baby needs, the developing embryo requires nutrients, correct? And even also it produces excretory waste, it has to be removed. If the excretory waste increases within that amniotic fluid, it is dangerous for the baby, so it has to be removed. Okay, so here you could see here, it supplies oxygen and nutrients. So through the umbilical cord, the main function of the placenta is to supply oxygen and the nutrients into the developing fetus or embryo. Okay, then actually it also removes carbon dioxide and excretory waste. Please remember these two functions actually, that is the major function of the placenta. Not only that, even the placenta also acts like endocrine gland. I'll write here, it also acts like endocrine gland. So endocrine gland in the sense it should secrete certain hormones. Only after the implantation, or only if after the formation of the placenta, the placenta starts forming some or secreting certain hormones, that is HCG. What is HCG? Human chorionic gonadotropins. Okay, human chorionic gonadotropins, which are exclusively secreted by the placenta. Then HPL, human placental lactogen. I'll write here, human placental lactogen. Okay, lactogen, placental lactogen. Then estrogen and progesterone will be secreted. Even estrogen and progesterone will be secreted by the ovary itself, but at the same time the placenta can also secrete this HCG and HPL. At the same time, estrogen and progesterone, remember it. So HCG is used, which is a determinative step for the identification of the pregnancy state. Okay, so then actually at the same time, when the placenta also secretes all these hormones, the ovary also secretes one more hormone actually, that is called as the relaxin. So particularly HCG, HPL and relaxin will be formed only during pregnancy. I have written here, HCG, HPL and relaxin will be formed only during pregnancy state. Otherwise estrogen and progesterone will be secreted all the time actually, but the concentration will be more during pregnancy. Other than that, the estrogen, progesterone and the cortisol hormones and the prolactin, why prolactin, okay, and thyroxine hormones, increases several folds. The concentration of these all hormones actually increases during this state, actually the pregnancy state. Okay, so please remember this diagram. Okay, so always remember the amnion is the cavity or a layer which is actually formed by the developing fetus actually. Okay, so that's actually the thing to remember. What is exactly this one? Actually the placenta is formed by the tropoblast, because it's it forms actually a finger-like projection which is actually called as the chorionic villi. The chorionic villi, when it's get embedded within the uterus, obviously there is a connection between the chorionic villi and the uterine tissue happens actually. What is there in the uterine tissue? The arteries and the veins, obviously that will be there within the uterine tissue. As a result, it forms a structure actually, so that is called as the placenta. Okay, so that means the tropoblast and the endometrium is involved in the formation of the placenta, which finally forms one cord-like structure actually, that is called as the umbilical cord, through which actually the developing fetus gets all its nutrients and oxygen. As a result, it also removes carbon dioxide and excretory waste. What you have to remember is, define placenta, then the functions of placenta. This one you have to remember and this one you have to remember. At the same time, you have to remember, you may get one more question, that what are the hormones which are secreted by the placenta? Very, very important for 2 marks. HCG, HPL. Please don't write like this actually, you have to write this. Human chorionic gonadotropins, human placental lactogen, like that. Okay, don't write like this. In the bracket you can write this, HCG, HPL. Okay, so that's all about it. And HCG, HPL and relaxin will be seen only during pregnancy state. So that's all about from this session.